Sweet Caroline.
Bum, bum, bum. Just kidding.
Just kidding. Because we're pumped for England.
But sad Australia lost.
So, you know, yesterday when I told you I wasn't rooting for Sweden, then when they lost, I was really sad.
Yeah, I remember that. Mm-hmm.
I'm really sad Australia lost.
I know. So I saw that beautiful Sam Kerr goal, and I know we're going to get into it later. At that point, I realized I was really rooting for Australia, too.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
I was sad to see him lose.
Well, because England had such a moment at the Euros last year in England. They had such a moment. Their whole lives changed last summer. I wanted that moment for Australia. Australia's lives have changed and will change, but I think going all the way really would have solidified that this was just, it would have been so cool for them. Like I said yesterday, I would have been happy for anyone who would have won.
Yeah.
And it was a clean, fair game. The reffing was better this game. Sarah's favorite ref now. You've given up on Ketsia. This was another American ref as well. So we're going to talk about the game. But then we're also going to talk about this love triangle. And there is a twist to this love triangle that we're going to talk about. So timestamp down below for that. So England 3, Australia 1. We're going to read from this article, then we're going to talk about it.
England versus Australia highlights. England advances to first final. England proved its strength against Australia on Wednesday in what lived up to its must-see semi-final billing at Sydney's Stadium, Australia. England jumped on the board first with a goal from Toone late in the first half, which held up until Sam Kerr broke through to knot the score in the 63rd minute of play. Unfortunately for the Matildas, it was not to be, though. Australia was on the verge of playing in the final while also hosting the World Cup. It would have been the first time since 1999 that a country hosting the event played for the women's title. For England, the win gives them its first final appearance at the Women's World Cup in the country's long history.
Yeah, and so that, from semifinal, now semifinal going to final. So they really paid their dues in saying, every year making changes and really going for it. I mean, it's major. I mean,
redemption.
This is what you play soccer for most people. Because I mean, even just going into the match, what went wrong for Australia? A few things went wrong. Number one thing went wrong. ALANA Kennedy out, injured. And that proved to be very, very, very impactful for the team. And it's like they've already had bad luck with Sam being out in the earlier matches. They got to this point where we are now to have ALANA Kennedy out and it be
she's such an important player for the back line.
Yeah. So from that moment, from that on, I think it was an uphill battle. Also, we saw Sam Kerr start. It was her first game starting semifinal. She was starting,
and she played a full 90.
That was good to see. So I mean, you take the good with the bad. Overall, England just outplayed them tactically. They kind of outplayed them. I do think there was, because ALANA Kennedy was there was holes in the back line. They weren't as cohesive as we've seen. And that was proven in the 36th minute with Toone. She scored, and it was a beautiful goal. The way she just came out of nowhere to score this goal. I mean, she didn't come out of nowhere, but the way she just kind of snuck in there, placement of that ball, kind of how she ran up, she placed it there. There was a huge hole there. Mm-hmm. She positioned that ball perfectly in the net. Yeah, it was going to be hard for Mackenzie Arnold to even save that, even if she was in the perfect position. So going in the half, Australia was down 1. You think, okay, can come back. It's early in the match. Come back after the halftime, and I guess we'll go right to it. I mean, this is where we got hope. In the 63rd minute, this goal was pretty much everything from Sam Kerr.
Yes, I screamed so loud. I screamed, and I was just so excited.
Yeah, and I mean, that goal gave everyone hope,
Yeah.
The stadium went crazy. If you saw the pictures from outside where they were showing it, the whole entire Sydney went absolutely wild, and people were losing their mind because it was such a sweet goal. It was the approach, the shot, everything about that goal was perfection.
Yeah, it was so beautiful. Only Sam Kerr.
And I'm so happy Sam got that moment. Australia got that moment in that match, because that moment was very special to Sam and to the players and to the crowd, because although they ended up losing, that moment was kind of their moment of this match.
Yeah, I was actually worried for England because I was like,
Yeah.
it's the Matildas, but it's also the Australian crowd going wild. And when you have the crowd on your side, it's like hard to concentrate as the other team. But.
Because the England had that last summer with the Euros crowd. I mean, those crowds again were just insatiable for the players. And then the happiness was a little bit short-lived because, again, Lauren Hemp in the 71st minute, she scored. But yeah, Lauren Hemp got a shot off kind of like in an awkward place. And if you see Ellie Carpenter's foot, she almost was able to maneuver the ball away, but she just missed it.
And then Mackenzie Arnold was off her line a little bit.
Yeah.
And she came out and she was off her line, and unfortunately she wasn't able to get it.
That was like a perfect storm for a England goal. That was a great goal. I mean, Lauren Hemp really played great this match, and that was a great goal. And she's
incredible.
And but if you see Sam's face after that goal, she was almost in disbelief. I've never seen Sam's face the way I saw it during this match.
She was shook.
To
the core.
That was in the 71st minute. And then in the 86th minute and 85th minute, that was kind of it. There was an ALESSIA RUSSO goal. Something about ALESSIA RUSSO, she's a star. And she scored. And that was kind of it. And pumped, I'm pumped for England. I'm happy for them. Did I want Australia to have their moment in Australia? Yes. Yeah. However, I'm pumped for England. Is England going to win the World Cup? And also Sarina Wiegman. If you want to win, you need Sarina Wiegman. Almost. Yeah. 2017, she won the Euros. 2019, World Cup finalists with the Netherlands. Last year, 2022, Euros champion with a different team. Now in the finals again with the same different team, which is England.
She's out of control in a good way.
You go to Sarina Wiegman if you want to win. And girl, she has the magic touch, and it's great to see. And so England played great. I'm pumped for them. Like always, there's always people online after the game that wants to, I don't want to say detract from the win, but, I saw people online saying...
People who want to destroy everybody.
Yeah, saying England was playing dirty, or England, their time-wasting tactics were not sportsmanship. Or remember last year at the Euros, I remember it was a good 10 minutes of time wasting, and it was pretty intense, but that's the game. Unless you're down below, if you say time wasting should be banned, they did get a yellow card for time wasting. Chloe Kelly, I believe, got a yellow card in this match. But if you are against time wasting, and some people thought they were being too physical, I thought the reffing overall was better in this match because we had seen some pretty bad games. Reffing was pretty good, all things considered. But I even see like a headline here.
Ludicrous. England blasted for using dirty tactics on Matildas. Matilda skipper Sam Kerr was roughed up by a physical Lioness's outfit whose tactics have been blasted as ludicrous. Lioness's coach Sarina Wiegman has denied that she instructed her team to target Sam Kerr, with the Matildas' talisman bearing the brunt of a brutal barrage from the English midfield and defence. England conceded 9 fouls to Australia's 1 in the first half, with Alex Greenwood copping a yellow card in the 10th minute for the latest of cynical challenges. Wiegman maintained that Kerr, broadly considered one of the greatest strikers in the world has ever seen, was simply one of 11 players in green and gold on the pitch and didn't warrant special attention. Asked whether she truly believed her game wasn't all about Sam Kerr, Wiegman was steadfast. No, I think they, Australia, wanted to find Sam Kerr quickly too, Wiegman said, and she made runs. They also tried to find her in the build-up. I also think that the two midfielders for Australia were very quick, and they were sometimes very dangerous when they went forward too. Of course, Sam Kerr is an important player to them, but I think there are more players for Australia that are really good.
So it's interesting, this article kind of points to that criticism, because putting a lot of men on the best player in the world, Sam Kerr. That seems like a good tactic to me.
Yeah, of course.
That doesn't seem like a dirty tactic. Although Greenwood did get a yellow card in the 10th minute, and it was a really hard challenge, and it was automatic. The ref automatically went right to yellow. But are they trying to take her out like completely? No. But and also people thought they're, like I was talking about, like time wasting tactics were a bit extreme. But I look at it this way. If my team, the U.S. Women's National Team, is doing those same exact things, I'm going to say, well, that's just part of the game. You know what I mean? So I never, in my head, I'm like, I'm not going to criticize something that if it was my own team, it would be good. Now, just like the Lauren James thing, if if a U.S. Women's National player stepped on another person, I would say, no, that's wrong. I do not condone that. I think that's horrible.
Right.
Is it the worst thing that's ever happened in the history? No, it's not either. But I didn't think that for Lauren James either. I just thought it was her made a bad mistake, but no one was injured. No one was long-term harmed by that. Everyone was okay.
Right.
But I think, anytime your team loses and you think you don't like the other player's style of play, because even during the game during Colombia and England, everyone's like, whoa, Colombia beat up England. A lot of people said that. England had 2 American refs. Are the English people against the American refs? I just thought of that. So I did see that. But I mean, overall, Australia's defense, I think, is what let them down. And again, Sam Kerr had some chances. There was 2 balls, and specifically, she was right in front of the net. She taps that in a little. She hits that a little lower. We're talking about a different game. There was another ball that she got really, really close to.
Yeah.
Scoring.
Yeah, England just outplayed them.
Exactly.
And, I mean, they deserve to be in the World Cup finals.
Yeah. They played great. They outplayed Australia. Australia, I would have loved for them to have their moment, like their hometown glory moment. But they did. In their way, they changed the perception of soccer in Australia. And that is something that you can never deny. Great job, England. I'm pumped for you. I guess we're going to do another video on who we are predicting to win, because we're not going to do that in this video. We'll talk about that probably in tomorrow's video. But one of the questions everyone had about this match was if a certain Miss MEWIS was going to be in the crowd. Certain Miss Kristie MEWIS of the U.S. Women's National Team, was she going to be at this match? Because that was the headline. The headline is ex-partner against new current partner, and there's a battle, there's a brawl, there's a love triangle. So first answer, was she in the building? And the answer was yes. I have one picture of her. That is the one picture I have of her looking. She's glowing. By the time this video comes out, there might be more pictures of them, but at this point, we have that picture. She was there looking fabulous. I mean, she could have worn a Sam Kerr jersey though. What do you think?
In the wash.
But she looks great. She looks so proud. I talked about it a little bit on the video yesterday, Sarah. When you had to leave, remember?
Yeah.
The storyline, the love triangle. Kristie there rooting for Sam, her ex-girlfriend Rachel Daly, also one of the starters of the Lionesses, was playing. So Kerr v. Daly, the Kristie MEWIS Cup. First of all, what was we really didn't get your input yesterday of what you thought about that to begin with.
Well, I was just thinking, her and Rachel, wasn't that like 25 years ago? So I think it's a non-thing thing. Right.
I don't think they're worried about it. I think it's mostly a media thing. It's like just storyline's kind of crazy. It's like, oh my God, this person dated both these major stars, and they're a major star themselves. Well, but this is the thing. This is what caught my eye for a second. So I thought about this because we talked about it, and I think Rachel has moved on. She has a new girlfriend. It's either Millie Turner. They're still reporting it's Millie Turner, but I believe it's not. I think they broke up and she's dating someone else now, but I can't think of their name right now. But Kristie has definitely moved on. She's there with Sam. But the one love triangle, I think, actually is a love triangle. And is it a romantic love? No. But it is a friendship love. And this is who the triangle is with. It is with Sam Kerr, Rachel Daly, and Millie Bright. Hear me out.
Okay, let's hear what you're gonna say.
Rachel Daly plays with Millie Bright, obviously, on England. And we all know they're like a famous duo. They're best friends. I think they're roomies. I think they're in the coffee club for Lionesses. I mean, they're best friends. They do TikToks together. They're always talking about each other. They are historic best friends.
Wait, don't they have their show together?
Yeah, they're like two peas in a pot. I mean, they're best friends.
Besties forever. Yeah, of course. Okay. Everybody knows that.
So Millie plays with obviously the English team. Then Millie also plays with Sam at Chelsea.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, we've seen the pictures of the Chelsea gals hanging out, and I feel like in particular Millie and Sam Kerr are pretty close friends. I believe
I forgot that they
like I feel like
teammates.
They've even done like holidays like Happy Merry Christmas. Remember we did the video Merry Christmas from Chelsea, and Millie Bright's hanging out, and some of the other girls were hanging out from Chelsea with Sam. And it seems like they're in their friend group on the Chelsea squad of Sam and Millie Bright. And it was funny. Millie Bright was always friends with Rachel Daly. And so Rachel and Kristie, so Millie and Kristie were friends because they were, I believe they were following each other on Instagram. Then they stopped following each other on Instagram. I mean, I could be wrong, but when Rachel and Kristie broke up, you know, when your friends aren't, when it's like your friends through your partner, you kind of aren't really their friends as much anymore. So I believe you're not really connected anymore. You know what I mean? Okay. Then when Kristie started dating Sam, they started becoming more friendly with each other. They started becoming friendly again at that point because Sam's really good friends with Millie Bright, and Kristie hung out. You know, she was in those pictures. She hangs out when she's in London. So they like started re-following each other and liking each other's pictures on Instagram. I knew for a while. I don't know if they still are. But it's just like Sam Kerr and Rachel Daly are connected through Millie Bright because they're both really good friends with Millie Bright. Because obviously Rachel's best friends and Sam is really good friends because they're on Chelsea and they hang out after playing.
Hear me out. Everybody is connected to everybody.
Friendship triangle.
Friend triangle. It's no love triangle.
I wonder if there's any type of like hesitation for Sam to talk. I mean, Sam and Millie do seem like pretty good friends. They, did Christmas together. I believe they did some Halloween together. Like they're really good mates. And so does Sam have to kind of be careful of what she says around Millie because she doesn't necessarily want Millie. It's kind of an awkward thing that someone's ex-girlfriend is your best friend, but it's just like the conversation can get awkward if you're talking about, because Sam, when you have a partner, one of the main things you want to talk about with your friends is your partner. Oh, we did this, or we're having this issue, or not even issue, just about your partner. So I wonder if there's any type of conflict of interest between the friend and your friend and then your other friend. What do you think?
I think they probably keep it pretty separate.
Yeah.
I don't think it's an issue. I think it's pretty unique and pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, and it is pretty common, not only in the lesbian world, to interact with your, exes and new partners of your exes, but it's extra common in the WIEGMAN world.
Yeah, I mean, the most common things ever.
Yeah, and but I wonder, say Millie was having a birthday party, and she wants two of her best friends to go, which is Sam and Rachel. I wonder if there'd be any hesitation for Kristie to go along, because it wouldn't probably be the biggest birthday party. If it was like a big bash, you wouldn't run into each other. But if it's more of a small get together, I wonder if there's no way they could be together.
You just don't have to interact with everyone. But
yeah.
I mean, I don't think it would be a problem.
And I do wonder if they're on good terms. It doesn't really matter, really, but I do wonder if they are on okay terms, good terms, or if it's just like, but it's so common in the lesbian world. So I do wonder that. Yeah, it's like Millie was friends with Kristie before Sam got in the picture. They were friends, and then they weren't friends. They were connected friends through her partner. Then they probably just weren't friends at all. But now that Sam is playing with Millie and girlfriends, they're friends again.
They're re-friends.
Yeah, re-friends.
The rebranding of
yes.
friends. Yeah.
I think that is more of a triangle than anything, because so there's an article that talks about the love triangle about Sam and Rachel, and how they were like standing next to each other at the game.
All eyes on the World Cup love triangle. Stony-faced England star Daly stands shoulder to shoulder in the tunnel with Australian Golden Girl Sam Kerr, who's dating her ex.
Yeah, so there's like kind of pictures where they were standing next to each other in the tunnel. There's a picture there. Rachel was with Kristie. Now she's with Sam, and it's wild. In the story, just kind of talks about things. It even talked about the friends groups that like Australia and England have a lot of players that play for the WSL. Steph Catley and Caitlin Ford used to play with Jordan for a very long time. And Steph Catley and Caitlin Ford, they're really good friends. So, I mean, a lot of these people are connected in a lot of ways. Mary Fowler and Alex Greenwood play for the same team. And also, talking about Chelsea, Jess Carter and Millie Bright, who play for England, and both play with Sam Kerr, who plays for England. I mean, Chelsea. So they're friends.
Yeah, it's a classic rivals on the pitch. Obviously, when we're in the game, you know, they want their own team to win. And then, you know, best friends off the field after the game. We all see everybody, you know, smiling and hugging each other and, you know, congratulating each other and stuff like that.
I will say, I did not see Rachel and Sam hugging after the match. I did not see that. Okay. I was looking.
Most people.
And also, Sam, Rachel, the three of them have completely moved on, I think. I mean, whether I don't know for fact, but I would think they have completely moved on. They don't even think about it anymore. It's kind of like a footnote to their lives. Yeah, I dated this person, now this person. It's kind of like, oh, that's kind of cool. The one thing I will say this, and then we're going to go. But I do not think Kristie specifically wanted Sam to lose that match. And but I think losing to Rachel, it would have been a little bit harder for Kristie. If this was a team Kristie didn't know, you know, a team like, I can't even think, a team like, say if it was France or something. Oh, okay, you lose, but losing to your ex, your new girlfriend, losing to your ex-girlfriend is kind of it's kind of a sinking feeling I would have in my stomach.
I think it's hard either way. I think it's hard no matter what, losing to anybody.
Don't you think it's 2% harder if it's your ex-girlfriend who's beating your new girlfriend?
0.5%.
Then again, okay, so you agree with that. So I think that's another reason. But then again, Kristie and Sam, you know, they both lost in heartbreaking fashions. They can, you know,
bond on that forever.
They can cuddle a little more, you know, at night about it. So, because I'm sure that's all Kristie wants to do now is comfort Sam. I'm sure when Kristie was out, Sam was dealing with everything because she was still playing, but comforted Kristie as much as, you know, as a girlfriend would. And I'm sure Kristie now is there for Sam. So
that's interesting because when I lose, I'm like, nobody touched me or talked to me for 5 days.
And Sam might be like that. But what does everyone think? Congratulations, England. England, you guys deserved it. You played well.
Congrats.
And
we love it. We're excited.
And hopefully no one, you know, we talked about yesterday people giving guff to England, but they outplayed Australia, and SARINA WIEGMAN is a mastermind, and I'm excited to see the final. We're not going to give our predictions here because we're going to do that in another video, but they definitely deserve it. In Australia, you know, as much as you didn't win, you still had your moment, and happy for you guys. And it's going to be a wild match. Also, is Kristie going to stay for the third place match? My guess is no, but no one knows. Actually, the third place match is what Australia lost at the Olympics. Remember the third place match was the bronze medal match. Questions, comments down below. What did you guys think? So questions, comments down below. We'll talk to everyone later. Have a great night.
Bye.